term used in the military to declare enthusiasm for yourself and your branch. When I say gung-ho, I am talking about my enthusiasm for being in a military family. It takes dedication, heart, courage, and commitment to be in a military family. It's not easy moving every few years and being away from loved ones that are either deployed or stationed in a faraway land. But one develops a way of dealing with these losses. Some things I'm used to, and others I'll never be comfortable with, such as worrying for my dad when the government sends him to dangerous places. My brothers, like my dad, are also in the military. All of us had always talked about joining since we were very little. I never really gave any thought toward how it would feel when we actually joined. I realize now that I had always overlooked the fact that we wouldn't be joining together. We all had envisioned serving alongside each other on the battlefield, just like we had played alongside each other at home. So when my brothers joined the military, I thought nothing more than they simply had followed our plan. But this just increased the separation that my family had to deal with. They wouldn't be able to help me with my homework anymore, or get me out of trouble with my parents. It would be me alone. I would have to rely on myself. When they went to boot camp, it was the only time I had ever cried for someone leaving. Because they had dangerous jobs, I thought I might never see my brothers, the people who I grew up with. I thought they might die. We all knew there was always a chance of death, but my family had taken the risks into account, and we were all ready to die for our country if need be. If coming from a military family were any less difficult, I might take my freedoms for granted, and not care about anyone who protected them. I am eventually going to serve my country and its people, because I know that freedom isn't free. When I hear about pirates getting more violent, I have to worry about my dad as I go to sleep. This isn't a bad thing to do. Worrying just means I care. I don't show openly, but I do care. I do worry. This is the life that I live, and I don't wish for an easier one. I like it just the way it is, worry and all.
Sweat rolled down my cheek. My heart was beating fast. I was hiding in the closet next to my sister. The screams echoing from my mom and dad's fight could still be heard as I covered my ears. I remember seeing a police officer. This didn't make me feel safer, it just made my dad more angry. And from that day on, I was scared everywhere I went. I was born in Mexico and lived there until I was 3 or 4 years old. For a while, we had everything we needed, but that happiness didn't stay for long. My dad had a lot of problems with my mom. A major part of the problem was that the government defended him. My dad could always pay to stay out of jail, which meant my mom needed to pay the police with money we didn't have, if we wanted them to protect us. State authority, in certain ways, was corrupt, but my mom said she was going to take us north, where it was different. They would protect us because that was their job. That was their commitment to everyone. I remember the day we left. We got on a bus when it was pitch black and cold. I was crying a lot. We barely took any clothes, and we left behind old pictures and memories. It killed me inside knowing we weren't coming back, but I knew we had to go because we weren't safe over there. We didn't come from Mexico looking for a better job. We came looking for safety and protection and happiness. It was hard enough being in a new place. I didn't understand English. I had no friends. I was excluded because I looked different. I remember standing alone everywhere I went. I remember going to recess, and I would hide in the bathroom to avoid being made fun of. We were safer here, and eventually I started to fit in. But as I grew up, I started to understand the world a little better. I found out I am still excluded in a lot of ways. I can't go on trips for school with all my friends because I don't have my green card. I can't get my driver's license like everyone else because I wasn't born here. The thing that hurts the most is feeling like I'm being held back. I can't accomplish my dream because I can't leave the state. At times I feel like I'm in a cage that I can't get out of. I haven't experienced what free is. I wish I could do so much right now, but people don't see me as a fighter. I am automatically a lawbreaker. What I wish people would realize is that I'm not a criminal. Now, even if I do so many hours of community service, even if I spend time helping others, and even if I still follow the laws that are put down, I'm still considered a bad person. I want respect for being the great person that I know I am, for putting up with discrimination, and for leaving my home because that was my only option. Unlike many, I have had a pretty interesting relationship with the complex power of the government. I completely respect that it has provided a lot for me and my family, but I'm pretty sure we have to keep asking questions until everyone feels safe, protected, and free in their particular situations.